Hi, it's part 5. Christmas Miracle. St. Francis of Assisi. I read all this writing in part 4, but I didn't show the pictures. So I'm going to do that now. This is the jacket I got for Christmas. Father Tom gave me for Christmas. This is a close-up. Isn't that pretty? St. Francis Residences, it says. That's a close-up of the logos. This is Iris and Ron. I think they're dating. Can you see them? He's in Starbucks. She's outside. Okay. I talked about them. This is Vincent and his mother, Linda. She lives across the hall from me. She's Bart Simpson. This is they're getting ready to go for a motorcycle ride. He's putting a helmet on. This is my son, who rode his motorcycle from New York to L.A. all by himself. Can you see the motorcycle? His name is Sing Birdsong. Okay, Hector, I showed this picture. Okay, these pictures I showed. Alright, we can go to the next page. Collage, what's happening at or around St. Francis of Assisi. Gretel Bigham, Little Black Sambo, Ronald McDonald. D. Michelle Birdsong sitting in the backyard reading and writing. Leslie Abrams, who was Leslie Uggams, the first black on the Mitch Miller show on television. This is Aaron, I think his name is. He's my son from past life. He lives at St. Francis of Assisi's residence, too. He's standing with my mother, Charlene Kelk. This is Janet, Father Tom's cousin, who cuts our hair for $10. In her salon, she charges anywhere from $60 up. Okay, what else? This is a writing group. Yeah, this is a writing group. I make videos telling you about what goes on in our writing group. It's so interesting. We do poetry, and Velma's in it. Velma's in the writing group. We write, and then we read aloud, and then we discuss it. Okay. This is St. Francis record collage. That's Gorinda sing Jesus Christ. And that's his wife, Eve. And this is Santa Claus, who's also going to sing Jesus Christ. And that's his wife, Mrs. Santa Claus. So Mild Red Songbird is Mrs. Jesus Christ and Mrs. Santa Claus. And he's a Buddha. This is Sneezy the Greasy Baby, says Abigail. This is Robin Birdsong kissing Seth Renziger, who was a saint who meditated 17 years. He grew and purified the Darrow, which turned into a township, a heaven on earth place. Robin is St. Francis of Assisi. She was also Queen Victoria, and she's to be the first black Queen of England. This is a very advanced soul, April. She is projection of Gorilla Sing Jesus Christ. And that's why she's so advanced. Who else? Okay. That's my father, Milton Harris, and my mother, Charlene Kelk, from past lives. You know how good it feels to find your mother and father here with the love still there? This is Raoul. He made a mask. I don't know if you can see it. This is a homeless person asleep on my bed, Trevor Drew. He wanted to be my baby, and I'll be the mother, but I couldn't go for that. I said, you have to get an apartment. He has a job, but he's so mad because the last apartment he had, his roommate got busted for doing drugs, and he got he lost his job. So Trevor was left having to pay the rent by himself. He couldn't afford it. I think it was $3,000 a month. So the woman kicked him out, and he got so mad at her for kicking him out that he doesn't want to be a renter again. So he remains homeless, sleeping on trains, and he wanted to sleep on my bed, and my bed is a little larger than a twin bed, and besides, we can't do that here. Besides, I have to work. I can't have someone in this room with me distracting me from the Judgment Day paperwork that I'm doing. This is Bill Leader is Eve's guardian angel, and St. Philip, Jesus Christ's disciple in the first century. He's a member of our writing group. He's very hung up on love. He loves love, and he always brings things back to that. That's Father Tom back there trimming the Christmas tree. And you can see her leg. That's Charlene Kelp helping him trim the tree. I put an ornament on there myself. Okay, and this is the food Sheila made for the tree trimming party. This is Eddie. He was Spanky of our gang TV series. And I put these candy canes on the collage, and people keep taking them off, and I'm so glad. That's what I wanted them to do. I just put up more. Okay, this is the Eve's Merry Christmas collage. There's Bill Leader again, getting ready to go to a baseball game. He's a Yankee fan, but he's wearing a Mets shirt. This is Eleanor Roosevelt named Judy Ruttinger This Life. And this is her friend, Joni. She's a Christian. And I never saw such a devoted friend as she is. This is Gorinda Singh, Jesus Christ, the Buddha, Santa Claus, St. Valentine, all the good things. And this is Peter. He was a member of King Arthur's Round Table. He was a knight. This is Tom Burns, Hardy, Laurel and Hardy. He's Hardy. Regina, she takes the money for breakfast. It's 50 cents. This is Maldonado, Raphael Maldonado. He was Charlton Heston in a previous life, and he was Raphael the painter. He's a licensed electrician now. He wants to learn the whole thing, construction. Dr. Michelle Mosleon. We were talking about my pregnancy yesterday, and she was saying I have to get sleep, and she's a psychiatrist, but they are medical doctors also. So she said, why were you picked for such with so much responsibility? How do you manage? And I said, well, it's difficult. I have to weigh, do I want to sleep or do I want to work? And she said, well, why were you picked? To be the mother of the Immaculate Conception, a miracle, Christmas miracle. I said I was picked because I was picked as the best mother in the world. And I'm the daughter of the Son. The Son is inherently good, so I'm inherently good, if I can say so. And that's the kind of mother they wanted for the Immaculate Conception. I'm a hard worker. I was Einstein. Einstein believed that genius is 95% hard work and 5% inspiration. What I have been doing, orchestrating heaven on earth, is the hardest job in the world. And Gorinda Singh is the architect of heaven on earth. So he's got a hard job as well. This is Serena. I forget what his name is. Serena gave me a red coat when I moved here. She's Scorpio. And I didn't have a coat. So, I'm very grateful. That's April, the projection of Jesus Christ. She's a chef. Tarek, the Muslim. He's my brother. This is His Royal Highness Crown Prince Guillaume of Luxembourg, my daughter Robin. He was her husband in a previous life. And that's me, my red songbird, standing with them. Michael Bublé is Adam, that's Miles Red. The Muse is Eve, Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve get back together, then the world will be okay. The children will be okay. When the parents are okay, the children will be okay. What It Is album was here. I cut that out and used it somewhere else. This is Sing Birdsong. It's Father, and that's me. Michelle Birdsong wrote the lyrics for this album, What It Is. And that's Hayes, William Hayes, Zig Ziglar. William Hayes was one of the knights in the King Arthur's Round Table. This is King Arthur. He's Sing Birdsong. He's also King Charlemagne. This is Pythagoras, Peter. I forget what his let's see, what is his last name? It's a hard name. I wrote it down. I didn't write it. I wrote it somewhere else. This is St. Andrew, Jesus Christ's disciple. Jonathan is sitting in for Jessica that day. He's a social worker here. He works so hard. He has so many little details to attend to. I'm amazed. Is this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Yeah, I think so. My granddaughter, Zindara Ranziger, was Rudolph. She was also Shirley Temple. I have a picture of her here, Okay, let's see what's on the next page. Snapshots of some of the collages I've done. Sheila hanged all but 2 of them. The walls are Spartan. I asked her if she'd hang them in the collages in the hallway. She said no. Father Tom is about living Spartan. Okay, but do the residents here have to live in a building where the lobby walls and floor walls look like prison, like an institution? Why can't we do cozy collages of the residents and their activities? Someone sing Jesus Christ Conscience. Michael John Spear, my husband of 35 plus years, said when he was great master, we move too slowly from one thing to the next. We've been living as martyrs, Christians have been. It's time to live like heavenly dwellers, fit to reap great rewards. St. Francis of Assisi's celebration collage is this one. That's Thanksgiving. I took the picture of pumpkin display. It's a real live pumpkin on 14th Street. Since Bill's photo has been posted, he's feeling good about himself. For the first time, he spoke to me normally. He said, "Merry Christmas." He has trouble walking, but I was so amazed at the dignity and normalcy I saw in him. This is John Leibowitz. He was Dizzy Gillespie projection. This is Alex. He's a Pisces. He's a very sweet guy. Rocky, who's Rocky and Bullwinkle, the drummer. I sold him my TV. He's a Capricorn, I believe. That's Audrey. She was Gloria Steinem in past life. Is that Gretel Big Hound? Who is that? Yeah, that's Gretel. She was Ron McDonald and Black Samba. Who is that? Is that Jonathan? I don't know. Yeah, that's Jonathan. Okay, who else? Is that Michael? Who is that? Yeah, this is Thanksgiving. I took this picture. This is Michael Racker. He was Carlos Castaneda. He was also a serial killer. And he was a painter, a Russian 17th century painter, genius guy. He's in our writing group. He's kind of a genius now. This is Carl Larson. Sheila. Karen. This is Karen, but her head's cut off. You can't see her. This is Juan. He was a baboon. This is Pian. She's my sister. I just learned that tonight. She's the most polite person I've ever met in my life. Okay. I want to tell you about a video on YouTube, Michael Bublé and Bing Crosby, White Christmas, written by Irving Berlin. It's beautiful. He's singing White Christmas. That's Michael Bublé's favorite. He was Adam. I said Irving Berlin wrote this song, White Christmas. He has taken birth. It's Edwin Bird's song. His album, What It Is oh so new and oh so true. According to Stevie Wonder, he sings that on his song, I Just Called to Say I Love You. He says, what it is oh so new, and what it is oh so true. And this album was written with his then wife, me, the Michelle Bird song, Eve, Mother of the Earth, Daughter of the Sun. The song this reminds me of is Mother and Child Reunion by Paul Simon. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the Christmas Miracle series. And this is the biggest miracle of all, the Immaculate Conception. You can see that I'm pregnant, 7 months pregnant. My breasts are full of that substance that comes before milk comes. Forget what they call it. And I'm 7 months pregnant. And I'm 73 years old, according to the my birth certificate. And, I haven't had sex. My husband is in San Francisco, and I'm in New York, and I don't sleep with anybody now. My husband, and I haven't slept with anybody anyway in years. So it's an Immaculate Conception with the son and Gurinder Singh, the son's son. Alright, this is Miles Red Songbird in New York City. I will make another video. I have much material here to share with you. I've been doing a lot of thinking and writing down my thoughts to share with you. Okay, so long.